That's right. It's Familiar Red. Kano's gone commie or something. You might have been expecting Ermac, but that's a mistake. According to an Amazon listing, this episode stars Christopher Lambert, Robin Shou, and was directed by good old Paul W.S. Anderson. That seems legit. The combat crew are fighting some Tarkata for reasons never to be explained like usual.
Make it quick, we're kind of busy here.
Sorry, Lou, but there's another rip starting.
Jeez, Nightwolf is starting to turn into Shockwave.
Liu Kang, I've been trying to call you for 4 million years!
Nightwolf, I'm busy forever! Nightwolf, baby, take some initiative. You know your buddies are in the middle of a battle, so why don't you try to do something a little more proactive than trying to send Outworld malware?
I'll clear the way.
Yeah, that also messed the jets up. Thanks, Jax.
You know what to do with this.
You must now disintegrate your faithful companion cube, Kano. I mean, who is that? So Khan had to give that to Kano to drop on the ground in front of them? Couldn't handle that one yourself there, big guy?
There's no sign of a dimensional rip.
It's impossible for them to open a portal and drop something or someone off quickly. Though I don't know how quick it really had to be unless the combat crew were already really close to Egypt.
Nightwolf pulled us out of battle for this?
So part of the plot is just gonna be our team being short-sighted morons?
There's no rip here.
It must have been a glitch in something Nightwolf did.
There is nothing wrong with my computations or my machinery.
How dare Stryker question Nightwolf's nerdery?
Listen, how are the others doing? Should we get back and help them out?
Negative.
They're dead, and I just figured out it was a bomb they dropped off in Egypt. Well, what do I do now?
And the computer doesn't make mistakes.
Well, except for that.
Anyway, Kano's companion cube slice gets him inside a pyramid somehow.
Hello, baby.
This was a bit of a confirmation that the Australian Kano was here to stay after most people enjoy Trevor Goddard's performance as Kano in the movie.
Hello, baby. Did you miss me?
I do find it kinda odd to hear the Australian voice come out of the bald Kano, as most things they made after they changed him from being Japanese American to Australian also made him look more like Trevor Goddard as well. But the important thing here is that the Egyptian pyramids have automatic doors.
Now to make those do-gooders jump through hoops.
That's right, I just popped out to do nothing other than reveal myself and talk to myself. Diabolical.
There was no second rip.
I'm telling you there was.
And I'm certain we couldn't find one.
Is Stryker seriously threatening to beat Nightwolf down because they didn't find a portal? Really, why is the fact that someone might have tried to be slightly stealthy beyond them?
There's another one starting.
Yeah, where's it this time?
Your butt? Let's kill Nightwolf. Scorpion could be our new tech guy.
Do you read?
Get out of here!
You've got to trust me.
It's not about trusting you, but you got to admit you're wearing us down.
It's not really on Nightwolf that the bad guys are coming to Earth. It's on him, though, that he never helps.
Well, I'd say we found another big, fat nothing.
If we don't find anything immediately after getting out of our jets, it must mean there was never anything happening! But oh no, look, they're cold. Too bad they never heard of jackets or shirts.
Doesn't this confirm you're screwing up, Nightwolf?
Well, it certainly confirms that you guys are easily messed with. You'd think they'd ask Raiden to instantly check one of these out, but it's too early in the episode to get him to help, I guess.
There's another rip, this time in Australia.
How do you do
your Dunkaroos!
Come on, that's at the other end of the world.
How fast are their stupid jets supposed to be exactly?
Nothing.
Someone must be deliberately sending you on these wild goose chases.
Great, blame someone else for your screw-ups.
Well, it's become everyone hates Nightwolf now. Stryker must be happy that someone else is taking the heat for once. Did Sub-Zero just hold on to foreground Stryker's shoulder as he jumped down there?
Not again.
Rainforest, Brazil.
I swear, this is the last time.
Unless Outworld is more obvious with their invasions, the Earth could die.
Do you think I'm losing it too?
I have no idea.
God, I'm useless. Raiden does tell Nightwolf that maybe he should try logging some time off of the computer, which is a completely crazy notion to him, but amazingly,
Maybe it's time I check it out for myself.
Nightwolf is gonna actually do something? Wow!
I'll be happy to mind the shop while you're away.
I just need to brush up on my elite basic programming skills. Nightwolf takes a quick jaunt over to Egypt and immediately finds a Black Dragon metal piece. Don't know why or how Kano dropped that, but it kind of makes the rest of the team look really stupid.
All right, Nightwolf. We want to know what's going on with you.
Before you make a bigger mortal butt out of yourself,
Well, looks like things are back to normal.
What is it, Sonya?
Me Nightwolf not get it.
Jax then tells the story of how Kano killed Sonya's old partner, though we never see said partner during this flashback, he just explodes off screen. Even though if we're following the first movie, Kano said he cut him.
Ear. To ear.
I know they're not going to show that in this cartoon, but showing the partner at least once might have given this a little bit more gravity. I do love, though, that apparently Kano thinks he's Johnny Cage and leaves headshots around. And even though they gave him hair to look more like movie Kano in this headshot, after the explosion, we see Kano and he's got his MK3 appearance.
Captain, what happened to Wexler?
They just didn't get to him in time.
Sonya knew who was responsible, and she vowed Kano would pay.
How'd she figure it out? Kano was so subtle. We do get a flash to the Kano battle from the tournament as well, where he's got his hair back. So, I guess Kano just loved flip-flopping his appearance around.
I can't stand to think that Kano may actually be free. The idea is too painful.
You know, Sonya versus Kano is the better story to have been telling, and we're only getting to it over halfway through this episode.
There is a rip. My gut's telling me we should split up. Half check out the rip, the rest of us head to Egypt.
We were there. We didn't find anything.
I'm Stryker. I'm too stupid to figure out that clues found by someone else still might mean something.
Nightwolf is gonna go on a mission again. Amazing. Though, now that we've introduced that this should be Sonya's story, constantly bringing up Nightwolf and his computer woes is rather jarring and unwanted.
There's no way this is part of the original floor plan.
Yeah, that Black Dragon logo that you recognized in the earlier scene shouldn't be there. These are the same deductive skills that let Sonya know that Kano was behind the bomb.
Stupidity.
This show has made its heroes look pretty dumb before, but this episode is really doing a number on them. At this point, Kano deserves to win.
Hopefully whoever it is thinks we're all across the globe at the latest rip, and we're gonna jump on them.
Though you'd think he would know they were there since they just fell into his obvious trap. Unless that's just a really stupid entrance Kano installed and he didn't want anyone to find it, and if that's the case, he's as dumb as the rest of them.
Hang on. This place may be booby-trapped.
No.
Combat time!
That's right, Mummies Alive are Kano's goons. Other members of the Black Dragon would make too much sense, and they would be tougher than steam wrapped in toilet paper.
Looks like we wrapped up the mummy situation.
Boo!
This must be some kind of a puzzle key. No computers this time.
I'll just see the keyboard in my mind.
You did it, Nightwolf.
Nice to see you again, baby. Looks like you got wise to my little tricks.
Which were just to annoy you, I guess, while I sat around in a pyramid. Probably should have thought of an actual goal to accomplish there, Kano.
You really thought you'd finish me back there on the island?
Yeah, you do tend to think that snapping someone's neck would finish them.
But what you never realized, baby, is that I'm actually working for a much higher power.
It's me, Austin! Oh, son of a bitch!
Kano's higher power plan was apparently just to open a portal again, which Stryker then closes. Way to go, bud.
Kiss off, baby.
Oi, that's me defeated, I guess. Automatic pyramid doors, don't fail me now!
I was depending too much on machines.
And that's why Shao Kahn is gonna be the new tech guy. This was quite the mess of an episode. I don't mind them giving Nightwolf a crisis of confidence. It was nice to get him off the computer, but it's such a waste to have that smashed in with Sonya's personal story with Kano, and as a result, we don't really get to focus on that enough. And it's coming off super lazy that the villains never seem to have an objective in what they're doing. Why is Kano in a pyramid? Could no one working on this be bothered to ask that question? This episode just made every character look like a doofus. Next time on Defenders of the Realm, we focus on Sonya! Only an episode later than we should have, and Stryker finally gets to play on the computer.
Do you think I'm losing it too?
I have no idea.